Anthropic, the AI company behind Claude, just published a notice warning investors about unauthorized sales of its stock, and the wording was unusually aggressive. Quote, any sale or transfer of Anthropic stock or any interest in Anthropic stock that has not been approved by our board of directors is void and will not be recognized on our books or our records. Not restricted, not under review, void.
George Bodine.
So imagine waking up discovering that your Bitcoin is gone because some centralized authority said you didn't own it. All of you know this can't happen if you hold your Bitcoin in cold storage. But now imagine spending thousands of dollars buying exposure to one of the hottest AI companies in the world, and I owned this company for a while, only to wake up and discover the company itself said your ownership is invalid. That just happened. And the company, Anthropic. There's a new narrative coming to you that I've heard before. But first, you've got to unpack something that is fundamental to why Bitcoin is going to rip faces off in the next few years. What does it mean to own something in the digital age that's coming to us? So here's the trending narrative that's being pushed across Wall Street. Banks, hedge funds, influencers, Pomp, Raoul Pal, Jordi Visser even. Everything will be tokenized. Stocks, real estate, art, venture capital, private credit. Put it on chain, fractionalize it, trade it globally, and then democratize assets. Sounds good. But this story from Anthropic may have just demonstrated the core weakness in that entire model. Anthropic, the AI company behind Claude, just published a notice warning investors about unauthorized sales of its stock, and the wording was unusually aggressive. Quote, any sale or transfer of Anthropic stock or any interest in Anthropic stock that has not been approved by our board of directors is void and will not be recognized on our books or our records. Not restricted, not under review, void. Anthropic specifically called out secondary market structure like SPVs, tokenized securities. They even named some of the platforms like Hiive that they considered unauthorized, Forge, etc., a whole bunch of them. Suddenly, the market probably came to a realization that a blockchain, something you and I know, a token on blockchain is not magical. It's only as legitimate as the legal system and the issuer behind it. Tokenizing everything sounds revolutionary. You hear phrases like tokenized private equity, as I said, or real estate, basically anything that you can think of that you could fractionalize. But in most cases, the token itself, that's not the asset. It's a contractual claim about the asset. If I tokenize an apartment building, and Visser's talked about this, the blockchain doesn't magically override property law. Courts still matter. Title records still matter. Governments still matter. Your zoning laws still matter. If I tokenize pre-IPO shares, the company's cap table, that still matters, no matter how many shares they say you have. The board on that company still matters. And Anthropic just reminded everyone that the issuer ultimately controls the recognition. The blockchain can record the token forever, but if the issuer says, we do not recognize this claim, you're shit out of luck. What exactly then do you own? Because I've seen this shit before. In previous crypto cycles, we saw tokenized gold, synthetic stocks, wrapped assets, algorithmic pegs, custodial claims, all kinds of structures promising exposure to real-world value. Over and over again, though, the same problem emerged. It's counterparty risk. Counterparty risk just simply means that your asset depends on someone else to honor a promise. Bitcoin is fundamentally different. There is no issuer. There's no board. In cold custody, you own it. It's no transfer agent. There's no corporation cap limit. There's no centralized authority that decides whether your ownership is valid. If you control the keys, you control the Bitcoin. That's not just a technical distinction. This is fundamental to like civilization, especially in a world that's going to be digital. It's the core to Bitcoin's ultimate value and where this is going. Tokenization can absolutely improve settlement speed, liquidity, transparency, global access, if you will. There are real efficiencies that can be realized there. But that legal layer that I'm discussing above it, it never goes away. It's always there. The chain does not replace the issuer. It just digitizes the claim. This is why, as a Bitcoiner, you've got to know whether you own the asset in cold storage, holding the keys, or if you just have exposure to the asset. Anthropic may have accidentally done the Bitcoin world a favor this week because they exposed the distinction between sovereign ownership and institutional permission, and it's one you can't forget. Once you see the distinction clearly, Bitcoin starts looking like something that's categorically different than any digital asset. In the coming decade, trillions of dollars of these assets are going to be tokenized. But the real question is, of all the tokens that represent ownership, what is the real ownership? And what is just a digitally packaged promise? There's only one answer to that question that I just asked you, and it's Bitcoin. Good luck, kids. Stack like a psychopath. We've won this war. You just got to hang on.
Bitcoin boomers.